kind of damage. Is it terminal for the night for the Clydesdale? We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, the rear suspension completely collapsed. I would say he's out of this.
Goodness gracious. Bennett Clark's bad luck continues. He had terrible luck in Dallas, and now it continues on what has traditionally been a good course for him at Louisville, Kentucky.
What we're looking for is a knuckle. That's exactly what happened. They have what they call a knuckle, and the knuckle collapsed, letting it come apart on a brand new body, too, Scott.
All right, there you see it. Great replay from our camera down in the turn. Shows you how it broke apart. Army Armstrong's over now to talk with Bennett Clark.
Bennett, do you have any idea what happened?
Yeah, I just took a look at it. I broke the whole axle housing off right next to where the planetary bolts to the axle.
We were talking about your luck changing when you came to Louisville. It doesn't look like it's going to be that way. But, Bennett, something I noticed in the qualifying round, these ramps look awfully steep. You guys are going way up in the air real quick.
Yeah, these steepest ramps I believe we've ever had. And, you know, I mean, we used to have these ramps 3 years ago. And, I don't know, it takes a real tough truck to stand through this right here, no doubt. I don't know, you know. We can tore this one up.
We'll let you get back up, so I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you, Army.
Thanks, Army. Now it is time for the Crunch of the Week.
Hold on to your seats for the amazing Crunch of the Week, brought to you by Micro Machines. The #1 colossally collectible vehicles in the world. If it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not a real thing.
Well, you know what we're going to see on the Crunch of the Week here. Once again, it's Clydesdale up in the air, and watch that back passenger side, if you will. Man, he just shears it right off. Boy, Army, he must have taken a beating to at the end, talking about Bennett in the cab.
Yeah, he was tossed around in there, but something I was looking at is John Moore. And, you know, these ramps are very, very steep. I knew they were steep, but you watch these guys. Long truck, short truck, doesn't make any difference. You're going to go sky today in Louisville.
And a lot of damage you can see being absorbed by the Clydesdale Chevrolet. That's it on the Crunch of the Week, the Clydesdale. The tow truck, if you will, for a monster truck is that big front-end loader taking the Clydesdale out. Chris Chapman is in the pits right now with John Moore.
Did you see what happened to Bennett?
I saw something bounce real slow going by me out there on after the first set of cars. I don't know what happened to him. I really don't know what happened.
He lost his rear back right wheel. What do you think about that?
Oh man, that's the one I welded last year.
Good luck to you on the next round, John.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
John Moore, no problem. John's definitely different, Army.
He walks to his own drummer, but oh, what a drummer he walks to.
I'll tell you, bad luck for Clydesdale. Hate to see that for Bennett, but you know that tough hombre from Georgia that was putting that truck back together. Here's Mopar Magic and Equalizer side by side. Obviously, Equalizer and Greg Holbrook, a heavy favorite against the Dodge of Gary Wiggins.
The suspension's going to be an advantage for the inside truck. Plus, the kid's a rookie. He's hungry. You've got to look to the Chevrolet for the winner. Now, notice how quick he leaves the start line. The truck and the torque converter let the engine get up where it makes instant horsepower. He's already out to almost a quarter of a track lead right now.
To the first jump they come.
You're looking right down the cockpit of the Chevrolet. Now we go off to the side. He kind of smooths over it. He doesn't really attack it. Now he'll start legging that big motor for the final half, Scott.
Mopar Magic got way over in the middle of the cars, and he has gone dead in the water.
Look on the hood. Hey, look, the kill box came out of the truck and landed on the hood. That's why it went dead.
Equalizer finishes off an outstanding run, but the story is obviously the kill box. You see Gary Wiggins has it in his hand. We've talked about that in previous shows. That's the killer radio that'll detonate an engine. And let's watch for it. It's not on the hood now. Still not.
Watch the bounce. There it is. You can see it flying around the cockpit, bounces out. Now, instantly, it kills the engine. That's what it's supposed to do, but not now.
Gary, does the word kill box mean anything to you?
Yeah, it means I just lost the race. It came out and bounced in my lap and then up on the hood of the truck, in which it killed the mag on the truck and shut the truck off.
Was the track just that rough?
No, not really. It's just a matter of it hit it just right, made a good bounce, and when it bounced right, it just throwed the box out.
Bad luck for Gary Wiggins and the Mopar Magic guys. This could be a good race, the consistent Thunder Chicken against the sometimes spectacular Auto Value King Crunch.
You got to say this guy's always spectacular. Look at the hole shot he put on his guy. Thunder Chicken dead in the water on the start line. Stevens is still legging it pretty good with the auto value Cobra Seat Special. Now he backpedals a little bit. You got to remember, Scott Stevens is connected with his crew to the racing radio operation. He knows his competitor has gone dead in the water, so very wisely he takes command from his crew chief and is going to ease through.
Yeah, obviously he's not going to tear anything up right here. He's going to ease over, and some of the folks in the crowd may not think of this as much of a show, but Scott Stevens will tell you we're here racing, and this is the smart strategy right here. Go ahead, finish this run in good shape, and get ready for the quarterfinals. Now, in the pit, the work continues on the Outlaw Ford. Outlaw is trying to get back in shape to get ready to go up against Bigfoot here in just a moment. And I think the Outlaw is actually going to make it. That'll be the race coming up. When we round out the first round, the Outlaw has both barrels blazing as he goes gunning for Bigfoot. TNT monster trucks on tough tracks back at Louisville Motor Speedway's Figure 8 course, and the Carolina Crusher, the big Chevrolet, taking on another Chevy, the new Chevy, known as Micro Machine, and that's the John Breen built truck driven by Kurt Fisher. Gary Porter ready to go with the Crusher, and Army Armstrong ought to be a good matchup of two very tough Chevrolets.
You got two tough Chevrolets, but you got the old and the new. The old, the Carolina Crusher. Gary Porter, been around a long time. He knows the truck inside and out. He'll be working the inside lane for the first half. The new is the Micro Machine. Now, Fisher is he's not used enough to the truck. You can tell, look where he's lining up. He's about 15 feet further away from everybody else, trying to get a different angle on the turn, but the old pro nailed him right on that start line. Look at this.
I'll tell you, though, on the outside, that's not a bad start for the Micro Machine.
And then he'll go to the inside for the second half if he can make the turn. Veteran versus rookie. Rookie coming after him, trying to come on him real hard on the inside. Fisher's having a little bit of problems now. Cuts through the infield track, but working the inside.
All right, now I believe, if I understand the ruling, if that's going to be grounds for a disqualification, we're not hearing. He's going to continue the run, and Micro Machine will finish first. But this one's going to go back to the TNT videotape and the TNT decision maker.
This could be a case of winning a battle but losing the war. We'll have to wait for the TNT people to let us know.
Until we get that word, unofficially, Micro Machines crossed first, but watch on the replay just how hard Kurt Fisher and the Micro Machine hit at the end of the course. Man, he really took a lick. Here's Chris Chapman with Kurt Fisher.
Kurt, you knocked off a real power horse out there.
Well, John told me to go out and just feel how it went, and if it went good, just go ahead and hammer on it. We did, of course, with this track, the way it is. We landed on the rear end. We bent the shocks real bad, so I doubt that we'll be back.
So this could be it?
This could be it for tonight.
What's it going to take to get it back together? Will you be back for next week's racing?
Oh, yeah, we'll be back, no problem.
Kurt Fisher and the Micro Machine giving you some bad news right there. They may not be back, but they may not be back anyway, Army, because of this. The ruling, as I understand it, all four wheels from the grass will DQ.
Well, that's definitely what happened. So Gary Porter's going to be coming back. He brought out an interesting point in that interview about the shock absorbers, because they run a spring all the way around the shock absorber, Scott.
All right, Chris Chapman's worked her way over to Gary Porter. Let's go find out what he's got to say about it.